This is the future.
The AoE changes that are coming in the Veilbreaker update is big, and this will certainly change the meta. I just don't know where will Kuva Brahma be after the AoE changes, but Kuva Brahma is just a part of this video. This is not even the worst part, and we will discuss that later. Don't get me wrong, the AoE changes, in my opinion, are necessary as it's running the show like forever now. Digital Extremes are right to say that some people thinks that if you are not playing AoE, then you are playing the game wrong. That's how insanely meta AoE that it must be toned down to this level. So, how did Digital Extremes approached the AoE nerf? First, they hit it with some ammo changes. After the Veilbreaker update, there will be just primary and secondary ammunition pickup, which is a good change overall, but for AoE weapons, it would be a big hit as Digital Extremes are planning to lower the ammo capacity of AoE weapons, and also, it is possible that they will be making enemies killed by AoE weapons exclusively not drop ammo for that weapon type, so Brahma kills would not drop primary ammo, thereby incentivizing you to use your full kit. Also, they might be taking a closer look at line of sight. Right now, you can shoot enemies on the other side of walls and floors using large radial blasts. We have tested a change where only enemies close to the source of the explosion would be affected by the attack. That means if you shoot a Kuva Brahma at a wall with enemies behind it, only enemies within a certain range of the point of impact would be damaged. Next are the mods that negate knockdowns. Eventually, they might return these mods to their original purpose by limiting knockdown resistance to enemies only. Alternatively, they are considering having the primed version only reduce the intensity of self-stagger, reintroducing some amount of risk to close-range explosives. And then, there's those mods that increases AoE radius. The mods Primed Firestorm and Primed Fulmination both offer a 66% increase in explosive radius, which is being reduced to 44%, matching the increase offered by other primed mods. In addition to this, Amalgam 4x body counts bonus is being changed to increased secondary fire rate instead of adding more AoE radius, so, rest in pieces Kuva Ogres. AoE weapons are obviously the most affected by this nerf, but, directly, this also affects how we farm and grind stuff in the game. No more boom and zoom wherein you just nuke everything with the Kuva Brahma, and the worst part is, we might be just weeks away from saying goodbye to the best solo leveling method of Warframes right now. Yes, you heard it right. The most affected by this, in my opinion, is the ability to level up Warframes in about 2 to 4 minutes while running solo. If you are new to the game, then the best solo leveling consists of equipping a primed Firestorm Kuva Brahma, and then subsuming the silence ability in your Warframe to use up Savage Silence that allows you to tap into the stealth affinity bonus multiplier. In addition to that, primed Sure-Footed is a must to avoid knockdown. It's obviously the best solo leveling method as you only need to carpet bomb enemies with the Kuva Brahma to finish the mission, and in the end, you will be around rank 24, then just repeat the mission to get to full level. If you do get the full 500% stealth affinity bonus all the time, then it would only take one run to max rank a Warframe to level 30. But judging from all the things that DE are changing with the AoE weapons, it looks like the end for the Telsto carpet bombing leveling method is coming near. So, what now? Back to the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught leveling? Well, I guess you can say that, especially for those players who don't want to deal with Steel Path leveling. In fact, Steel Path leveling also requires carpet bombing with the Kuva Brahma, and since you can't do this with all the restraints tied with AoE after the Veilbreaker update, I think it's time to revert from melee leveling wherein you use your strongest melee against Steel Path enemies. Or, I guess it's time to the old Sleep Equinox leveling again. We still don't know how severe the AoE changes for the solo leveling method, but probably, you shouldn't worry too much as after a new meta leaves, there will be a new one to change that. Right now, I'm looking at the possibility of the Arch and Shard system to be exploited in terms of leveling. We could add some survivability to any of our Warframes through shards, and possibly could make the melee leveling on Steel Path easy, but the problem is, it would cost a lot of resources. I think it's really back to either Elite Sanctuary Onslaught leveling, or the Sleep Equinox ability being subsumed into your Warframe. Again, these are just worst assumptions as we need to see first how bad they will nerf the AoE. but judging from what I saw during DevStream 163, they are making sure that AoE weapons will be just like heavy weapons in Destiny 2, wherein you use it in most crucial times, and you won't be able to spam it just like what we are doing right now. The only question I have though is, what about Unaru's passive ability that negate knockdowns? Will that get affected too? Well, I hope not. Let me know in the comment section below about your thoughts regarding this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.